have Cardurpio versus the dollar, and we have a nice little breakdown. Lower high, lower high, lower high, and we got our first lower low actually on yesterday's closure. And where is the next level to be aware of? Actually at the low $2, of which we've kind of already got a bounce from that region. I do want to see where we're at in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we're right on the weekly 10 simple right here. Probably do look for a short-term bounce off this current level before anything else, but heavily bearish, or yeah, I actually would say heavily bearish, especially as long as you're below about 240 or so. And I would be looking for this one to make a run somewhere down around actually $2 even. Let's go check out momentum oscillators over here and see if they agree with this or not, and then we can come up with some biases and invalidation points as well. Looking at the daily right here, we do see that it's going to be downside angled as long as it's below about 240 or so. So that's a healthy 20 cents more, a little bit more than 20 cents above where we're currently at right now. 4-hour is downside angled as long as it's below about 220 actually. 12-hour is going to be actually popping back up with any sort of closure above 217. So you know what? I would be looking for a bounce here first. You know, how high can the bounce get? The bounce can get as high, as I said, to about 240 or so. And I'll still be, you know, looking for general downside right here. We do have a death cross on this one as well in the 4-hour, you know, not super problematic, but I do expect that this one does play out. One more short-term downside move, probably down to about $2 first, and then potentially gives in a bit of a low for the medium and potentially higher term timeframes right here. Monthly, you know, still not a bad chart long term, but you know, can certainly trade lower, of course. Anyways, so again, you know, okay, we need to differentiate the different time frames right here. Obviously, short term time frames, bit of a bouncy bounce. I don't think it'd be asking for too much to get back around 2.25, maybe even 230 or so. But the main thing that I'd say here is that as long as this thing's below about 240, I do expect that you will be hitting about $2, maybe a little bit lower than that. Test around your 7th of September wicks first before anything else. And again, invalidation above about 240 right there, even on like a 4-hour would do it for me. But until then, you know, this one does look like wants to trade a little bit lower. Hidden bearish divergence and multiple drives on the last highs. Well, kind of not necessarily like too playable right now, obviously. But now I look at BBWP to kind of play the, if I was playing a position right there, as it does expand above 50 percentile alongside a continuation of this downtrend after a little bit of redistribution right here. So fair enough. Cardano breaking down, and well, there you go. Hopefully that was helpful, sir. And there you go for Cardano.